Ba 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 ba.
Oh.
Wait, is that the new phone?
Yep, it sure is.
Welcome back to the Homemade Show.
Welcome back. We are filming now, aren't we?
Been a while, I think so.
It actually hasn't been a while. We just put a video up last week.
Well, whatever.
Nice one.
I don't remember.
Tell us our topic for this week. What are we doing?
We're going to talk about our music, bands that we like, how we got introduced to the music we like.
How we got introduced to the music we like. You can't see his shirt probably because he looks pretty small on the screen, but what's your shirt? Metallica. What's the picture though? I can't see the picture.
Well, hang on.
It's like a guy sitting.
It's... I'm not really sure what it is. It's just like one of those, it's not even like an album cover. It's just like one of those shirts that's like a design and then the name.
Just like a picture?
Yeah.
So that must be...
By the shirt, you can probably tell what kind of music I like.
That's one of the bands you must like. So go for it. Tell me how you found Metallica and why you like them.
Well, Metallica's not the first band I discovered.
Oh, which one was? Kiss?
It was Motley Crue.
Motley Crue.
But I had heard like a couple songs by Metallica, like Master of Puppets and Enter Sandman.
Okay.
And I had before like the metal and the rock and roll stuff, I was like listening to like, I don't know, like pop type stuff, hip hop.
Mm-hmm.
And then I had like a mix CD which had like a bunch of different kind of heavy songs like Def Leppard and like some AC/DC and just like a mix CD.
Mm-hmm.
And then I found a Greatest Hits Motley Crue CD in Lorraine's car when we were helping her move. And I'm like, what's this?
And who's Lorraine?
My aunt.
Okay.
And yeah, it was like face down. I'm like, what's that? I pick it up and it says Motley Crue Greatest Hits. And I'm like, well, I'm taking this. And
You just stole it?
Kind of, I guess. But
nice guy.
it was long ago. I had heard the name Motley Crue before in Winnipeg, and because she was going to go to a concert there, and I'm like, young and a little snot. I'm like, Motley Crue sucks. She's like, no, they're awesome. So years later, or like 2 years later, I found that CD, put it on, and was listening to it. I'm like, this rocks.
This is pretty good stuff.
I'm like, I declared then, I'm like, okay, Motley Crue's my favorite band right now.
And then
I heard Kiss also.
And then all of a sudden you like that style too?
Well, I liked it from the mix CD that I had. Well, not really mix CD, but like just random songs. And I'm like, I like the heaviness and the aggressiveness of it.
The aggression, right? You were an angry youth, so the aggression was like, yeah, this is what I'm feeling.
I don't know if I was angry, but I just like aggressive it was. Because it's like, I don't know. The guitar shredding.
Okay, so that's like the first band you found, like the individual band.
What?
That's like the first individual band that you found that you liked.
Yeah, I guess technically it was Motley Crue and Kiss because there was like some Kiss songs on there too, and I forget when I got them. I got like 3 Greatest Hits Kiss CDs, and I liked their music too. So it was like at the time, like when I was like 14, like Motley Crue and Kiss were the bands I was listening to.
Well,
but I don't just like metal.
You don't just like metal?
No, I like it's my I like it, but then I listen to Michael Jackson and like the Beatles and I guess some Shania Twain.
Oh boy, I thought you would have said Michael Jackson was the first one that you found because I know you really like him.
I guess technically, but he's not metal. He's pop.
Right.
But he's like the first, I guess, musical I found. I didn't even think of Michael Jackson because it was because metal. I was talking about metal.
Yeah.
I do like Michael Jackson a lot.
We know. At least I know. So what about me?
Tell us your story.
Tell me your story.
What kind of genres do you like?
Well, I never really got into like a specific band for a long time until I heard the Mavericks.
Where'd
And
you hear
from CMT. You ever seen CMT in Canada?
them? Yeah, I think so.
Country Music Television. It's a country music video channel in Canada, and they my that's what my mom listened to all the time, and so that's what was on the TV. So there was all kinds of country music being on there, and then all of a sudden the Mavericks came on, and I heard the song "What a Crying Shame," and that was like, whoa.
What,
What?
what album is that off of?
It's off of what it's called. What a Crying Shame. That's what the album name is, and that's the title song. So, but I heard that and I was like, whoa, this band sounds different. It sounded different. Well, it sounded different than anything, and the guy sings like really well. So I listened to that song, and then I found the other songs from that album, and that was at a time when they were just about to release another album. So I heard that song, and then like a couple months later there was another one. So I discovered them that
Trampoline.
no, it's called Music for All Occasions. That was the second one that I heard.
Oh,
So that's how I discovered them. Though was from watching that country music television. So I saw them in a music video first, and
country
then
music television.
yeah, and then I've loved them ever since.
So Mavericks was like the first band you got into.
Yeah, they're like the very first band, like the real band that I was like old enough to understand that I liked the band and I followed the band, that kind of thing. So they were the first one.
You know what?
What?
I actually own a Maverick CD.
Show it. You're looking for it. I can see you looking for it.
I don't know where it is.
Oh.
Maybe it's there. Ugh.
There it is. Check it out. That one. That's their first ever. That's the first official release.
Yeah, From Hell to Paradise.
Yeah. That's the,
Actually, you know what? I saw this at Value Village, and I was actually looking. I can find some good CDs there sometimes, but I was looking for the Trampoline CD.
and you found that one?
Yeah, I found this one, and I'm like, the Mavericks.
I thought you
And I'm
had
like,
Trampoline too.
What?
I thought you got Trampoline.
No, this is the only one.
Huh.
And you know what? I'm gonna buy this and give it a listen. It's
Yeah.
actually this CD is actually pretty good.
Yeah, it is pretty good.
Like it's country, but it's like I like it. Like the song "Mr. Jones" is good.
Yeah, I like that one. That album came out before What a Crying Shame.
Yeah, isn't this the first one?
Yeah, that's like the first official release. There's one more before that, but it's like independent.
So they started as country and then changed their sound.
Yeah, they actually told a story. They said they like country music, but they can play it just about any genre. And so they got signed as a country band and were asked to make country albums. So they did. And then they started to explore all the other genres that they can play. And when they got to their third album, the sound started to change. And then they got
What was the third one?
this Music for All Occasions.
Oh,
So the sound is different in that album than it is in What a Crying Shame and that one. And then when they got to Trampoline, it's totally different.
song "Dance the Night Away" is good.
I know.
I remember remember hearing that a lot back in the days.
Yeah, I bet.
This song, at HMV, I was actually looking for Trampoline also, and they didn't have it. They only had two albums there that I don't remember what they were.
Were they Mavericks albums?
Yeah,
Maybe they were like new ones.
I think they were newer.
Oh yeah. So
What about what?
I was gonna say after I was into the Mavericks, then I met Amy, my wife, and she introduced me to Chicago, and I love them. We've got every single album of theirs almost. And then
Chicago.
and then I got into Boston, and I got into well, lately I've been listening to the Bee Gees.
Bee Gees.
Yeah, and I've heard them when I was younger, but never really listened to like a bunch of their songs. But I love all of them.
What about the Beatles?
Well, I like them too. I heard some of them too before.
For me, I got after like the Motley Crue Kiss days. I actually had heard Metallica before from a friend in like grade 7 and 8, and he probably played me like an album, probably Ride the Lightning, because that's the only one he had. And then after that, I met another friend in high school, and then he got me introduced to like a bunch of bands, like more into Metallica, Megadeth, Pantera, newer stuff like Slipknot, Disturbed, Lamb of God, like Cavalier Conspiracy, and one of them called Throwdown. And then I learned from like the other like 80s style from Darby.
Oh, the
Your brother.
80s style metal bands.
80s style metal band like Slayer and what else? Wasp, Twisted Sister, some 90s stuff in there like Soundgarden, Alice in Chains, Tool, Queen Shriek, I think is how you pronounce it.
No,
Nine Inch Nails.
Queensryche.
Is it Queen Shrike?
No, Queensryche.
Queensryche.
Queensryche. Yeah.
I thought it was Shriek.
No, Queensryche.
I heard Grandma pronounce it like that once.
She probably didn't really look at the letters.
I'm like,
Queen
looking at it,
Shriek.
I'm like, how do you pronounce this even? And she's like, Queen Shriek.
That's way off.
But yeah. And that's how I got more into like those bands. Basically. So I got into like the newer metal, I guess. And then once I got a little older, like nowadays, I'm like listening to like the older stuff.
Like the more 80s?
Yeah, like
90s?
like Megadeth and Slayer and Pantera's 90s, but they started in the 80s.
Well, there you go. I think we're out of time at this point.
No.
We are actually. So tell me about the how we've just hit our 1 millionth subscriber.
I don't know what to say. I'm speechless.
It's amazing, right? Thanks for all your support, guys.
Kind of the best.
It's fantastic. We're gonna go for 1,000,001 now.
1,000,001.
Yeah. And if you see this video, put comments and tell us what bands you're into.
Yeah, we'd love to know.
We'd love to know.
Give us feedback too.
Yeah, please. Something. But we're gonna go.
Give us something.
Yeah.
Like the video.
Like the video too, and share it.
Share it and post on a website.
Yeah, please. Okay, so we're gonna go. That's it for this episode. We'll see you next time on the Homemade Show.
See you next time.
See you next time.
Blah.